first aircraft is an F-18 at the 90. Stand clear to port catwalk and foul line. Stand by to recover aircraft. This is a drill. Through the ages, they bravely gave their lives. It's breaking sword. We'll still follow this song for freedom. The battle rages on.
We can't hear you, brother.
You can't.
You messing with us now. That's not working on there either.
I texted them and said,
That's going to be your laptop audio.
It's the lot, yeah.
"Hey,
That was on.
You
we're
hear us now?
hearing you." We just heard them.
Heard you for a couple minutes or a couple seconds. That was about it. Caesar, shake your head if you can hear us. We can't hear you.
I can hear you. We're having issues with the.
We can hear you now.
You can hear him?
Yep.
Okay.
For whatever
Cool.
reason, it's going through the Mac rather than going through the broadcaster. So not sure what's going on, but you can hear us now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, there we go.
It was on multi-channel and it's on stereo.
Oh, okay. So there you go. All right. So we're working on the Kings again. This is my first show here, so I apologize for the inconvenience, gentlemen. But Tom, this is Eric and Scott.
Guys, nice to meet you.
They are.
Hey,
they are
glad to be on.
Hey, Eric, this is Tom, the one that actually sent you the music that you really liked. That
Heck
I'm
yeah.
hoping that he's going to allow me to actually make it become what do you call it? My intro.
Yeah,
So-
man, we want this song to go all over the country, all over the world, like our boy Oliver Anthony did with Richmond, north of Richmond.
That's right.
So, but these fellas were talking about some legislation
Yeah.
that's going on.
Yep. So we were talking about right now. They're in DC
Okay.
with the VFW with the convention, and they were wanting to talk about some of the legislation that's going on right now because I believe the president just finished talking. I didn't get to watch because we had our post meeting, so unfortunately we weren't able to actually watch what the president said. But I'm pretty sure you guys are going to give me a synopsis of what happened. So go ahead, guys. What happened?
You want to go? You want to
Go
start?
ahead. So we got about 1,000 VFW and auxiliary up here on Capitol Hill this week. And great. That's advocacy in action. That's what we're all about with the VFW, making sure we're advocating on behalf of all veterans. So we all have the same talking points. Every state's going out and talking to every one of their representatives and their senators and having conversations about those talking points, reinforcing the bill numbers we want them to work on, the legislation we want them to pass. Commander-in-Chief got to talk today, do a testimony in front of a joint session of the Senate and the House Veterans Affairs Committees.
Yeah.
Great speech by Al Liphart. Heard back and forth from the committees and talked about the same bills and the same issues. And then we're walking the halls now. So it's good.
When do you guys wrap up? You guys wrap up this week or tomorrow?
Yeah.
Wrap up tomorrow.
Okay.
Mhm. One of the
That's
big things, Caesar, and you know it as well as, the commander in chief talks about it. He says, honor the contract. When we enlisted, one of the things it says in there is that we will be taken care of, and we're just asking that our representatives help take care of us. One of the things, that we've been bringing up lately is the use of claim sharks. That's one of them. You're familiar with claim sharks. Unfortunately, there are some individuals that want to represent veterans, but these individuals that are representing veterans are charging the veteran up to almost 6 months of their disability pay to represent them. We call those claim sharks. It's horrible. I'm going to tell you right now, I got no place like y'all for a thief. These are thieves. I think that,
Hold on, Eric. I think Tom wants to. I think he has a thought.
Eric, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. On that thought, that's one of the reasons that we're going to be talking to Richie and Nori here from People for a New America. We want to help these veterans. I would rather, give a veteran an opportunity to get a claim with good legal representation and we pay for it than him lose 6 months, right? And that's what this whole thing is about is we've got to create an ecosystem outside of our own government and all those other issues, which supports our veterans through customers that buy products that support our veterans, right? So what you're talking about is a massive problem. One of the reasons that we're going to be approaching Doug Collins is we need to get that handled. And I think President Trump and this administration are definitely going to move in that direction. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are talking about that.
Yeah,
It's a big point for us to actually do that. And that's one of the biggest things why I joined the VFW, because I wanted to make sure that we were able to get, a lot of these services. And, for me, for a long time, I ended up having to we're only like 10%. And then I made my way up to 100%, where, helps out completely. But I almost ended up going to one of these sharks. I was like, you know what? I can't do it on myself. They keep getting denied, and this stuff. And it just gets so frustrating. That's, I think, the biggest drawback, or the biggest thing for a lot of us veterans, is that we get frustrated because the system is
broken.
Yeah.
Well, quite honestly, that's what's being fixed right now. Efficiencies, unnecessary administrative positions, people that are career holders. There's so much that's going on right now, but it's going to take us coming together and standing tall with, like, the gentleman on the phone here, because on the podcast, because at the end of the day, we veterans need to come together as a unit like we used to. It doesn't matter what branch we served in. We're all soldiers, right? And there needs to be a voice for the voiceless. So that's one of the reasons I drove here today. That's one of the reasons, I'm glad to hear these guys talking about legislative actions that are relevant and necessary. Our veterans have been kicked to the curb, and it's up to us to win that back. So thank you, gentlemen, for what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Another talking point we're talking about is, for those who are not familiar with the Transition Assistance Program, TAPS. We always call it TAPS. And I think it was well spoken today when someone said, we spend a lot of money to recruit individuals to join the military, but we spend hardly anything when they go out. And, to brief us on the challenges that we are going to accept after we get out, and make it more informative. When we can get an accredited service officer to these TAPS briefing and tell them, hey, don't go to a claim shark. Or tell them, this is how we need to get you into the VA system. Or tell them, all these things that we have learned. Let's be honest. I think we all shake our head. We learned the hard way. We learned from a mistake of many. And I'll be honest, I made a lot of mistakes. And I had to find out. And it might have taken me 2 to 3 months before I realized what I needed to do to get into the VA healthcare. And for some, that might be too late.
Took my dad 31 years. Took my dad 31 years in a lawsuit that I had to support in order to get 100%. And it's unfortunate, but that's I'm so excited to introduce you to Richie, because people for New America, that's one of the things we're talking about is transition assistance, mortgage assistance, job training. We're going to create opportunities for them. So that's one of the reasons I'm excited about Richie is not only is he a celebrity as far as being a musician and known around the world, but he's just a visionary, and our visions collided. So what they're talking about is exactly what we're doing. It's so cool.
And the great thing is that now I'm going to put this out right now. I'm going to be a catalyst for the VFW, for you to partner up with the VFW as well, because you are, a beacon of light as far as what I'm concerned. All the music you sent me, it was just, so patriotic and just so heartfelt that it's just awesome. And it's hard to find people that actually do love our country, like, to a point where it's just like, some people are like, oh yeah,
we grew up in a different era, man.
Completely.
I grew up in a military base, and I had sat with, enlisted men that drank Budweiser, and Dad said, go get a Budweiser. You did, right? But it's just a different era, and it's because technology's changed the game. Our kids are stuck on cell phones. There's a lot of things, but rather than retire from Las Vegas and just jet ski and fish, my family and we said, what can we do to make an impact? That's why we created Whiskey Town, the sauce, the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, yeah, and
Whiskey Town. See,
Whiskey Town.
Yeah,
so,
I did. I pulled some ribs earlier today. I was like, he told me he was going to bring one of these, and I'm excited about it.
It's good stuff. All natural, no corn syrup. But gentlemen, that's one of the things. I don't know. Can we get Richie on a call? We should try to reach out to him soon. Because I think you're going to love hearing what Richie has to say. Richie, you guys familiar with the song Ballroom Blitz? Remember that song, Ballroom Blitz?
Yeah, it was Ballroom Blitz. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, Fox on the Run, the Suite. Well, Richie's the
Yeah.
drummer for that band, and it was Richie's vision to create events and festivals to raise money and awareness for unity and freedom and peace and helping our veterans. And I brought Whiskey Town Warriors and my network. You know, I was recently at Mar-a-Lago. We were talking with General Flynn about some things we're doing on the mental wellness side. But Richie is most definitely a visionary, and he's assembled an incredible team. And we're going to try to help our veterans by creating opportunities, by giving them access to nutrition and technology and resources that they might not otherwise even learn about. But that's what the entire network is about, is bringing them, you know, options for better healthcare at home. You know, a lot of things can be done now through telehealth. So we're going to try to facilitate that and fund it through live events and partnerships and products like what you just saw with the sauce. So you guys can be invited to any show we do, because we're going to be doing tokenization of our gate for people to be able to buy tokens online through whiskeytown.io tonight. And a lot's happening, guys. So thank you for everything you're doing. And if you were leaning towards me doing VFW shows, all I need is a phone call and a date, baby. And we can do shows all over this country to help.
I love it.
So Scott, that's here, he's part of our national committee there, where basically they make all the big decisions.
National Board of Directors.
I'll come around and be like, I'm an outlaw in the USA.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to get Rich. I'm gonna call him right now and see if he's actually
see if you can get him on.
So
gentlemen, have y'all had a chance to listen to the song? I'm just curious.
What song?
Outlaw in the USA. The song that.
Well, I had. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, there's some new music coming and some new initiatives coming that we're excited about. And being on the show tonight with Caesar and just being part of what he's trying to do is exciting too. So
just so you guys know, actually, I mentioned it earlier. He actually drove from Shreveport, Louisiana this morning, and the fact that it was storm and raining and
Wizard of Oz weather,
man, it was bad.
Yeah.
And he called me. What time did you call me? Like 10:30.
I'm like, I'm coming. Don't worry.
He's like, hey, I haven't left yet. I'm waiting for the storm to pass. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be like super long, and it was. I honestly, I was sweating a little bit. I didn't think you were going to be able to make it because it was bad.
You know, the show must go on, dude.
That's right. So
technical difficulties be damned, right, gentlemen? We just do what we do because the purpose is bigger than us, right?
Yeah. All right, let's call Richie see if he answers this.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm gonna text him, tell him to answer. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah. I'll call him now.
You can ask him about he said he didn't have the link yet. So do you want to text me the link and I'll text him the link?
Yeah, I can text the link.
I'm texting it. I'm going to text it to him. So thank you guys for listening to my music. There's a whole bunch of new patriotic stuff that I've been sharing with Caesar that's going to be on a new album. And we're going to definitely try to, there hasn't been a Bob Hope since Bob Hope, as Caesar heard me say.
Yeah.
And I figured I'd like to apply for the job, be a voice for our veterans, voice for our voiceless. And I'd love to come see you guys, do something with you locally, regionally, or nationally. It doesn't matter. Wherever I can be seen or heard is where I'd like to be,
Heck yeah. Well, it's always an open invite to Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm in Mobile. We're going to do something.
There you go.
We're going to be announcing the date here.
You're down there with my brother. He lives in Mobile.
Yeah.
Retired Command Sergeant Major.
We're going to do something.
Hello there.
Hey, Richie, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I see that you sent me the link now.
We're live. We are live with Richie and Nori, ladies and gentlemen. So do you want me to tell everybody who Richie is?
Yes, please introduce Richie. I first of all, I had the pleasure of talking to him earlier, and I'm like starstruck right now because I'm super huge fan. And every time I hear that song from Ballroom Bits, I remember Wayne's World because that's where I heard that first song for the first time.
Jeez,
it's cool song. So I'm just let me Google and Gaga over here and just introduce him. So
well, first of all, Richie's not only a great friend, but tremendous talent. Been a drummer and a professional musician. Traveled around the world. Played with the Sweet for many years now. And Richie and I came together through a mutual friend, but we had some somewhat synergistic visions. And so, Rich, I mentioned that you were the founder, and we have a great team of people at People for New America that we're excited about bringing together our teams, right, and our vision. So I wanted to introduce everybody to Richie and Nori. Richie's the the founder of People for a New America, of which Whiskey Town and the Whiskey Town Warriors is going to merge. We're joining forces as the Avengers. So, Rich, tell everybody what we're doing, baby.
Well, it's an exciting time for meeting Tom, as well as putting this together for quite a few years. People for a New America really stands about unity, peace, and freedom. We all come together. And the exciting thing right now is we did a Unity, Peace, and Freedom Festival last October 26th with a lot of my friends, a lot of multi-platinum groups performed. And from there, my partner, Jesse, decided to really bring in something that he had in the works for a long time, the Veterans First Initiative. And so we wanted to focus, we're a multi-pronged situation here about so many different things, but focusing on the veterans right now, they're so neglected. It's so important for us to take that music message and for what we do by bringing people together and really supporting the veterans like never before. Why there's not major concerts for the veterans to raise funds. And now with Tom coming on board with what he has as a great artist, the future is bright, what we're doing. So we're excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you have such a passion for helping veterans, and from us at the VFW, we definitely appreciate that quite a bit. And I just want to let you know that it takes a special person or special people to have that type of advocacy for veterans, and it's from our side, it's very greatly appreciated. So thank you very much.
You're totally welcome. And when you have all the right people showing up at the right time to do spiritual work, to do God's work, it's just I just look at it as we're vessels just performing an incredible what needs to be done. So I really support what you guys are doing, and thank you for your service.
Let's talk about the telethon. Do we have anything we want to talk about with the telethon?
Well, we certainly do. I mean, the telethon we have slated for May 3rd, which will be a national broadcast that we're putting together all the details. So please, everybody keep their ears open to when all the various things come together. We have even the Canadians with the Disability Channel that are now on board with us. The Disability Channel and, of course, Sirius Radio, the Disability Sirius Radio show, as well as other cities that are getting involved with the telethon. It'll be at 8 hours raising money for our veterans, and we look forward to just aligning with other organizations to really bring awareness to what people really need to focus on. There's just not enough attention for the veterans, and it's like it's really taking shape. So stay tuned.
So Voice of the People Radio and TV network would definitely love to partner up with you guys, as well as with Tom and with you, Richie. So hopefully we can definitely make something happen here in the next few months, because I believe that this is a great cause. And if it's going to be a national show, I don't know if you know, but our owner of the station, Dan Spiriglio, he was actually out down in Mar-a-Lago this past weekend.
I know we missed each other by 1 week.
Yeah, he was there this past weekend. He was actually there with there was a golf tournament, and I believe the president actually did show up. So he was there. Yep. So they were Voice of the People Radio was actually the only media allowed at this event.
There's so Richie and I have talked about it, and our goal is to take our talents and our time and our friends that are in the business and put on great shows and move around the country and make an impact on a global scale, right? Not just local, not just regional, not just national, but eventually we even plan, we want to see these veterans. We want to see these active duty soldiers. Yep. And Richie, I'll let you kind of close up with what your vision is for our partnership and where you want to take this and where we're going, brother.
Yeah, where we're going with this is it's when we launched the Unity, Peace, and Freedom Festival, that was the birth of a movement. Where we're headed right now with the veterans, and it's so important that it intersects with health and wellness. And that's Tom is so much about that. And other ways, so many service people are being overdrugged, and suicide rate is through the roof. Yep. This has to stop. And we're putting our foot down to spread that message, because I look at us all, we have to be messengers.
Yeah.
So Tom is an incredible promoter, and just like I said, so many different levels. We're taking it to the people, and it's about awareness.
Yes, sir. Well, Rich, man, I tell you, just since we're on public radio and there's lots of people listening, I'm blessed to know Richie Honori, and his vision and my vision seem to collide. So, Richie, let's just change the world one song at a time, brother.
Yeah, you can come to our website, pfanausa.org. And we pronounce it like Fana, pfanausa.org. And get ready for all this exciting things. We have fundraisers happening now for the veterans. We're launching something on Vibe. And thank you guys for having me. And I look forward to creating some incredible magic all together, because we all have to step up right now, as you guys are doing. So thank you.
So Richie, go ahead and give us the website one more time. PFNA USA.org. Right, Rich?
That's right. PF, like PF and then Anna. PF Anna USA.org.
.org. All right, we're going to put it up on our website here, and then we're going to put it up on the board, and then we're definitely going to start going through that. But Richie, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your thoughts and your website and just your insight. So thank you so much for being an advocate of veterans. That, you know, it just, like I said, it melts my heart, the fact that there's so many people that are out there that have this type of passion for not only for veterans, but just to help people altogether. You know, it's not seen very much anymore. So thank you so much.
Yeah. So you're welcome. Those days are changing. It's time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Richie Honori. Richie, I'll see you soon, brother. I can't wait to get on stage with you, man.
Sounds great. Blessings, guys. Hey, have a great day.
Take care. Thank you.
Cheers.
Richie Honori.
Man,
Richie Honori.
I'm telling you.
It's like, I grew up listening to this guy, and now I'm playing playing shows with him. And I got to introduce you to Joe. I told you about, the other stuff that's going on. But since we're talking, to the listenership, and do we have our friends still on?
They are. They're still on.
Did you guys hear that from Richie Honori, what we're doing?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Richie's, we're going to be doing the May 3rd telethon is going to be in California and some other places. I'm actually trying to do it. We were talking about Mobile, my hometown. I'm actually trying to do my segment from the USS Alabama battleship, where my grandfather's brother served. I want to do something on the battleship or near the battleship with Richie and a few other bands and raise some money for the veterans in Mobile. So that's coming up. I think we should get JoJo on the phone from Sony to meet.
We got a huge event, and I don't want to add that in there about the battleship, but we got what we've known as called the Southern Conference. And within the Southern Conference, it's every state from Texas all the way up to West Virginia. They are all meeting at the battleship and next year.
Man.
And
I know a guy that can come down there and put a heck of a show on for you.
I'm about to say, how about we get in touch with you and we're going to make this happen.
Yeah, I think we do a show, and we do a drone show over the Alabama, and we fly the American flag. And I think that'd be great. Guys, if you want to stay on the call, listen, I'm going to bring on somebody. If you want to try to reach out to Joe, as you just met Richie Honori, part of my vision for all of this was to connect with all my good friends that are in the promotion and entertainment business, because like I said, we've got to create an ecosystem for helping our veterans. Right. And so, we're going to call a good friend of mine named Joe Renaud. Joe was instrumental in a little band you guys might remember. We were a little younger even back in the day, but we were old enough to remember New Kids on the Block. Remember them?
That's my wife's like to go to.
Don't tell her.
Oh,
JoJo
I
was
should
like,
probably just get her on the call and be like, hey, are you going to meet somebody real special?
So Joe and Maurice Starr built New Kids on the Block. And so Joe, he's out of Nashville now. He's, obviously been with Sony since '86, but Joe and I were introduced, and he's got a vision for my hypnosis show and how we integrate that with live music and then the original music to help our veterans and end patriotically every show. Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. We're going to be doing some shows in Shreveport, bro. Not too far from you.
No, I'm going there regardless.
I think we get a whole bunch of listeners from Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, to come to wherever the announcement's going to be, because I can't say it yet. but when we announce the 2 nights of shows that I'm doing in Shreveport, you need to bring the masses, baby, and we need to show them what we're doing.
the Battle Rhythm podcast.
We're
along
gonna
with most
have
of the
Brain
people over
Tap there, but let's see if we can
Right. I'm
reach
calling
out
him right now.
to Joe right now and let Joe talk. So, gentlemen, Joe is from the old school. He's going to help us put these events together with Richie and myself. But what an incredible story he has, and
See if he answers.
he should answer. I just texted him.
Hello.
Hey, Joe, this is Caesar with the Battle Rhythm podcast. You're here with Tom Kaz, and myself. How are you, sir?
What's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Well, you know, I was sitting here trying to make you. I can't ever speak to who you truly are, other than I was telling him. I said, Joe was involved with Maurice and bringing New Kids on the Block, and Caesar's like, my wife loves them.
Yeah.
So, but I was telling everybody, you know, we just had Richie and Nori on the show, and Richie was talking about how we're, you know, come together to help the veterans, and I was talking about, you know, we're going to be making some announcements. We can't yet, but we will be. And Caesar's right over here in Dallas. So he's promised to bring a couple truckloads of veterans over, a couple busloads, right? But Joe, tell him, you know, in a short fashion, a little bit about you and I. Yeah.
Well, me, I came up in a family that was in radio and film promotion since 1959. So I was born into the business, and some of the bigger groups that I've worked with, either on a promotional end or on a production end. New Kids on the Block were one of the bigger ones. We worked with Brittany. I did some stuff with Lou Pearlman, for Lou Pearlman. I wasn't involved with him, but I did a lot of groups for him. Shannon, Let the Music Play, that was one of our big ones. Pretty Poison, Catch Me I'm Falling. You know, we work radio for the stars.
Yeah. No, it's a pleasure to talk to you, speak to you for a minute. And I just wanted to tell you that every time my wife hears one of these songs from the New Kids on the Block, I pretty much become like an afterthought. So, so just so you know, so
25 years later, they still do the same damn thing.
So if you're able to hook me up with an autograph from them, I would love you forever. And I'll be forever in your debt, because my wife would be like, "Oh my God, what did you do before my birthday?"
Hey, Caesar, I could sign anybody's name you want right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
So Joe,
I'll make a call tomorrow, man.
Awesome.
So Caesar was asking me how we met, what you saw in working with me, you know, how our story. So I wanted to.
Tom Kaz, I had heard about him. You know, he's a world-renowned hypnotist, and he took it and went and helped doctors use it for medical purposes and stuff. Really, really cool stuff. But then I started to hear some of the songs that he was writing, and I'm a Sony guy still since 1986, and so I brought his stuff to the forces that be over at the Orchard, and they said, let's put this guy out. So that's what we've been working on. We've been working on an album for him while he's putting together the new Hypnaughty, which I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything, but the new Hypnaughty is getting ready to drop.
Yeah, that we can tell him. We just can't tell him where yet because we haven't got that contract done yet. But
it's in Dallas. Don't worry, it's in Dallas.
I think Dallas is on the map. JoJo's in charge of the tour.
And the fact that a lot of stuff that Tom's affiliated with helps veterans is really important to me. I work with Tunnel to Towers, and I really believe in helping the veterans out. They put everything on the line for us. So I don't think that anybody should not want to help a veteran.
Jojo, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Where does your passion to help veterans come from?
My family. My uncle was on the U.S.A. New Jersey in Korea, and my other uncle was on the ground in Korea.
Oh wow!
And so I grew up in a military family. I never served myself, but eight people in my family have served, and I'm American, man. You know, I'm a patriot, and I love this country, and I love anybody who would put their life on the line to defend my freedom.
Well,
that's where it comes from.
So I'm going to put a thought in your head, because you just shared with me the fact that you have family members that have been part of foreign affairs and foreign wars. So you, my friend, are eligible for the VFW auxiliary, meaning that you can definitely be part of a great organization that we can definitely need help. Just serving. You know what I mean? Just being the servant.
Right,
Tell him who's on the phone. He doesn't.
Oh, my apologies. I do have a couple of commanders from the Department of Alabama, for basically the current state commander, and also a past state commander from the Department of Alabama for the BFW. Right now they're in Washington D.C. because we're having a convention out there for they're walking the halls of Congress, knocking on doors of congressmen, making sure that all of the legislative issues that we have up front, they're talking to them face to face. Our presence being known in DC right now. That's what they're out there for.
They're on the call, right?
And they're on the call. They're listening to you talk right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, we bleed red, white, and blue together.
Hey, Joe, they were talking about
sir.
we could maybe do a national, an event where we bring the show, maybe a small version of the show to different VFWs around the country.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But Joe's been instrumental as part of the team. We have a great group of people, and you're part of that now, Caesar. Everybody that we bring in, when you join us, you're part of the Whiskey Town Warriors, right, Joe? We're family. And
yes, sir.
Joe came down this week and spent some time in Shreveport with my partner and I, and our vision is to create great live entertainment experiences using, whether it be My Vegas Show or other performers like the legendary Skip Martin from Kool and the Gang, someone that Joe works with. Yep. I asked Joe, I said, do you think he could come sing maybe 1-2 songs at my show? He's like, hey, for the veteran Skip's in. And that's what we want to do. Yeah. So Joe is a big part of the future of what Whiskey Town's about. And wanted you guys to meet him and hear, who we have on our team, because this veteran ain't done yet.
I'm just thankful that I met you, man. It just by happenstance that it just happened. I mean, like we got talked about in the phone, it's like things happen for a reason. I'm a huge believer in that.
Well, you attract frequencies. Joe and I met, through a mutual friend, but as we've gotten to know each other and as he's gotten to know my other business partners, when we get together, it's like we haven't seen each other in years, but we've known each other forever. Right, Joe? And that's what this is about, is when you go see a Tom Cass show or an event that we produce, I want to be accessible. I want to sit with the kids and a guitar and just make up songs with them.
Yeah.
We want to bring the barbecue to the experience. We want to bring baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet is missing in America.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to bring some rock and roll. We're going to bring some country. We're going to bring some rap. We're going to bring some creative ideas on a road show. So if anybody's listening out there and you own a company or you're a veteran or you want to be part of the future of where Whiskey Town's going with shows like this and team, my teammates that you've met here tonight, let us know.
And I promise Tom will not be doing rap.
I will
We'll get someone that knows how to rap. Do the rap.
Yeah, the only rap I'll be doing is the one at the bar. You know what I'm saying?
The only rap I'll be doing is the one the rap the ice, because my back is hurting me right now.
So Joe, give them a quick synopsis of who, what we're doing and what your vision is and why you're involved, and then we're gonna sign you off, brother.
Well, once Hypnaughty hits the stage, we're going to use that to launch Tom's new music that's coming out. He's going to incorporate 2 or 3 of the new songs into the show, and then he'll have a new CD and vinyl to sell at his merch table at the shows. And then we're just going to use that to accumulate numbers. And he's part of the Sony family now, so his record will be out. Yeah, his record will be out probably in a month on Through the Orchard.
Yeah.
And just look for it. Whiskey Town Warriors, Tom Cass, Hypnaughty.
And
yeah, man.
There's you can't see me, but I'm actually showing the barbecue sauce that he graciously brought me, because I was like, he talked about it. I was like, dude, just bring me a bottle.
Tell him how good it is, Joe.
Dang it.
Yeah, if it's tangy, man, I'm all for it. Like my wife is probably gonna love this.
Hey,
too.
I'm gonna sign. You know what? That thing's gonna say Mark Wahlberg right on the back. Donnie Wahlberg on the back of the bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook you up tonight.
I think her favorite was actually Jordan. I don't know.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Whoever.
I don't know. Whoever it was. Let me call her. I'll text her. It's like, which one was your favorite new kid?
So Joe, we're gonna be doing. There's some talk. There's some talk. I might actually have my own channel on the station here.
Yes.
Nice.
So
nice,
we
man.
can be. We want to talk with our listenerships and the veterans around the country and around the world about what's really going on, and we want to let them know about the people. Like who the people are. I have Brain Tap and Dr. Maggio. We have phenomenal doctors that are. I have over 4,000 doctors waiting to help our veterans right now.
Yeah.
And all we need is to get the voice out. So I'm appealing to all my brothers and sisters out there. Go to ilovewhiskeytown.com. Learn about our mission. Learn about our shows. Learn about our sauce. Because for us, it's the music and the mission. It's the most important thing. Joe, man, thank you so much for taking time, brother.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Joe,
And,
thank you.
I hope you have fun.
Yep. Thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you. And you're not gonna. This is not the last time you'll hear from me, because now we'll go through time.
You
Be
can
like, hey
call me
man,
anytime you want, Caesar. Anytime you want, buddy.
and I will never call you late for dinner.
Wait. Call him later tonight and ask him for an autograph for your wife. and tell him
He's probably I'll probably be like, look, let me just do. You know those cameo things that you could actually do.
Yeah.
Like send a personalized. Her birthday's actually coming up soon.
There you go.
So I might actually have to hit you up on
Hey
this.
Joe, if we listen, if we get things rocking, we have to book at least one of the, we won't be able to book the whole New Kids on the Block, but we'll get one of the kids.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get your wife a picture with him one day or
And
something. You never know.
It's probably going to be Mark, because he was part of the New Kids for like a week.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Joe was there. Joe, you know the story. He knows the real story.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the music. Come
They're
on.
keeping me from writing it.
Behind the music. Let me know.
Yeah, you don't want Mark Wahlberg after you. Mark's got a lot of money now. He's got a lot of lawyers. All right, Joey. Thanks, brother.
Hey, man. You guys have a good night. We'll see you later.
You too,
All right,
buddy.
see
Thank
you
you so
soon.
much.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye.
And there it is. I love whiskeytown.com. That is the official website where you guys can actually buy this stuff here.
Yeah.
And then also like all the different things that Tom's different ventures are at, right?
Yep. Everything's there. The social media is there, and again, the music I write the music because I'm trying to just have a good time. Right. But the new music that you've been hearing is it's really poignant because I'm getting these stories from soldiers all over the country as I travel around, and I'm like, tell me your story. And I'm like, that's a great song. Guy had a service dog. He raised the service dog. He held the dog when it passed.
Yeah.
It was part of his life, but they were in the service together. You know what I mean? And there's so many songs that could be written about our soldiers, right? And there's only so many songwriters. And one of the things I want to do is we want to do these retreats where we cover the expenses and we bring them to a place in Alabama or Nashville, and we get them away from the chaos for a few days, right?
Yeah.
And we fish and we talk and we have a good time and we bust out the guitars and we talk about war stories and other stories and we write songs about it. And that's what the vision is for me. Is I feel like I've been purposed to use my gifts as a hypnotist, as a communicator, as whatever, to start a spark of something bigger than just music,
And to have that, man, I'm telling you, like your passion is contagious.
Thank you.
Just so you know, it's contagious because I'm every time I talk to you, I feel energized. I'm like, man, like this, let's go, let's do this. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you just definitely want to do, and just go with it. And I know these guys are absolutely thrilled at the fact that you even mentioned the U.S.A. Alabama, because I mean, you're from Mobile. That's where you live at. So
that's right.
These guys are it's ecstatic. And I'm going to bring another one of my friends in because he's been dying to meet you.
All right, let's do it.
He left, actually. Never mind.
He left. I'm sorry.
He left. Lynn was about to come on and he left. I guess he didn't want to come on.
Well, I'll throw this out. Listen, if anybody wants to go to I Love Whiskey Town and they want to get the Warriors bundle, it's 3 bottles of sauce, right? And what we do with that is we send that out to your house. Now, I will say this. And I told you this, but coming soon, we're going to have our own line of steaks and burgers. So you'll be able to go online and order a veteran. We can put great quality beef directly to the home, and part of the proceeds of that are going to help us help our veterans. So the sauce is just the beginning of the brand.
Yeah.
Right. And the music is just what I want to be doing, is just, inspiring people, putting hope back in the hearts of our veterans. Right. Somebody has to do it. It may as well be me.
There we go. Hey, guys, I know you guys have a ton of questions that you want to ask. So fire away. I mean, this is about the time.
I'm hoping to get some good questions.
Yeah, because they're over there. They're just nodding and everything. So I know Eric has a question. You always have a question.
Eric, fire a question. Fill in the gap.
First of all, I just got to buy some Whiskey Town sauce. like I had to skip dinner tonight because we're so busy up here, and y'all are talking about steak and burgers and sauce.
Anybody that buys the package tonight, like they go to I Love Whiskey Town and buys it, I'll sign all the bottles and I'll put a special prize in there for them.
Ooh, there you go.
I got a cool little gift I throw in there. So it might have a little 24 karat gold thing to it. Look, notice the label, Caesar.
It does. It says it's veteran owned.
Yeah.
Veteran owned, and then award-winning recipe made in the U.S.A. and then that's Whiskey Town Warriors. So I don't know if Chris, can you go ahead and give me a quick shot of this, a close up of the bottle, because it does have a pretty cool label.
My grandpa was he came from a little town called Barry, Alabama. He used to whip up this barbecue sauce, and I was able to get that as close as we could get it to that bottle, and put it in a bottle. And he said before he passed, you can use it for whatever you want. And I said, Pop, I want to use it to help our veterans. He said, well, what you waiting on? Let's go.
Yeah.
So there you go. Whiskey Town.
I'm buying a 3-pack. I'm buying a 3-pack tonight.
Yeah, right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
And he's probably going to deliver it to your house.
We get it delivered to DC like in a couple hours.
Yeah. I want to talk to you guys. Let me ask you a question. The VFW is always looking for a way to raise money, right?
Absolutely.
So what if we did this? I got a whole new album that's going to be all patriotic songs. We Stand Tall, Strings of Freedom. What if we did something with the VFW, and maybe we found some other veterans that are artists around the country, and through the VFW, they could submit their song to be on a compilation patriotic album. And we sell that album through the show here and through our VFW partners. And rather than try to take a bunch of money and put it in a label's pocket, why don't we put it in our pockets?
Exactly.
And
I like it.
And
we will definitely get you in contact with the individual that would take care of that on our side. Absolutely.
Well, what I think we do is we come together and say, hey, listen, there's a lot of great artists out there, and I'm in a position to, with Sony and other. I may find the next Craig Morgan or Jamie Johnson or Zach Bryan. You never know.
Never know.
No one's found me yet. Caesar found me.
I found you.
Pick me up at a Whataburger 30.
We have to tell the story about what happened.
But in all seriousness, I always said that, I'm not rich and famous. I never meant to be rich and famous, but I wanted to get to a point where I could reach back and pull those who have a dream into an opportunity, right? I'm 56. Nobody in the world thought I could write music and get on stage and do what I'm doing now. But there's a lot of great people out here with a lot of talent that just don't know how to break it out.
Yeah.
And we can give them a platform, and we can give them an opportunity. I mean, I could take some kid listening right now on this station who's got 1 song, 2 songs, or some young girl, and play that song for JoJo. And in 2 weeks, it's on the Orchards label. And we get them out on the road with us. And now all of a sudden we're giving them a dream. How many other veterans can offer that?
I don't think very many.
And we want to help our veterans, and we want to give them a chance to realize that they can rewrite life. There's more than one chapter in your life. It's just close the book on the last one. Let's start the next one. So, you guys that are listening, I'm just saying, if we come together, and we start thinking about how can we create distribution of an idea where there's enough revenue to really do something special, like a Johnny Appleseed concept, right? And we go to a few select locations and we do some shows with the veterans in the community. Then that gets bigger. The next thing you know, we're coming back to that town. Now we're doing, a bigger event with that same community. But whenever we leave that community, we leave nutrition, we leave technology, we leave education, we leave things to help those veterans in that community get the help they need. And no one's ever really done it that way. I mean, imagine if Morgan Wallen or Jason Aldean, every city they played, they made sure that they left a nice sizable donation in some form or fashion, money or services or products or what have you, for the people that gave them the freedom to be on that stage in the
Yep.
first place, right?
Yep.
And I think together, Eric, guys, we can do that if we start a movement of helping each other.
Yes.
You
That'd be
know,
amazing.
that's what it's about.
And how many, I don't know about, you know, the music industry a lot better than I do, but I sit here and I think about how many veterans found music as therapy.
Yes.
A lot.
Whether it be about writing about their experiences, it's a healing process to be able to tell, through music. I think music is a powerful tool. But how many
Absolutely.
veterans? I know I've heard from Caesar, all the different, musicians that are all veterans, just sharing their story through music. I think that'd be interesting.
Guitars for Heroes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guitars for Heroes, another. And there's a great organization, and I want to do a shout out to Richard Casper. He's the founder of it out in Nashville, called Creative Vets, Jelly Roll, and a bunch of other great guys. They're part of that, and they use both music and art, and they'll literally teach it. I went through a songwriting class, even though I'm a songwriter. I went through their songwriting class because of the networking that it afforded me. I met some other veterans that were writing, met some people that have been in the industry for a long time. And again, I think there's a lot of, if you're a veteran out there listening right now, and you're writing music and you're singing music and you're looking for a platform to be a part of, I'm opening the doors for you right now. Reach out to the show, to ask them. Caesar has my contact information. We want to help our veterans chase their dreams.
I will put my email information for everybody.
We want to help them. If they're a musician, if they want to own a food truck, I'm going to subsidize helping veterans, get Whiskey Town food trucks. If we help a veteran get a food truck and I can help him make a living and he can have a little bit of freedom and be doing something that he loves to do, and it helps everybody. So Whiskey Town's more than just a brand or a musical thing, guys. It's a movement, and you're now part of it. But the VFW could be a big partner with us, and we could go around the country and make an impact in all these smaller, communities, which begins the larger movement, right?
So I want to introduce to you the past state commander for the Department of Texas, Lynn Toomer. I want you to know this. The Department of Texas for the VFW has a barbecue team.
Oh my God.
So the fact that you brought, and Lynn, I'm going to have one of these bottles for you, okay?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Eric and Scott, you're already buying. Sorry, because he's here. You're not.
Hey, wait a second.
You're getting a special prize. I'm giving one of my bottles.
I think we should have a Whiskey Town festival, have a barbecue competition and a concert, and raise money for veterans.
We will. And it's going to be held in Sherman, Texas.
That's it. Let's do it.
Right, Commander? Lynn?
Hell yeah.
In Sherman, Texas.
Texas can handle it.
We're going to have it here. So
we'll brag. All I need is a stage and a microphone and about 12 people serving Whiskey Town on the side.
So I'm pretty sure, Lynn, that we can definitely get the barbecue team to actually use his barbecue sauce.
Plated dinner. We could do a fundraiser.
I'm telling you, like this as an exclusivity
for
the VFW.
You can't get that anywhere but here.
Exactly.
Except online.
Exactly.
Or Piggly Wiggly, but that's
We're all in.
We're
all in. You put a bunch of veteran country singers or veteran singers together, barbecue in Sherman, Texas. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, man.
We might have to invite these old boys down from Alabama to play with us, though.
You know what? I think listen. I think we show people what it means for unity. Like Richie said,
yes.
If we start, if I can be the guy that gets a few hundred veterans together to have a good time, eat some barbecue, and raise some money, we can do that all over the country.
And there's several veteran organizations here in this area alone. You have the American Legion.
I'm here. We're doing them all.
Right. So we're definitely going to be everybody together.
Hey, concert tomorrow at the Whataburger.
Which the one in Denison, the one over here.
9 people, but that's 8 more than we had yesterday.
That's right. So. And it's gonna happen.
I would be honored to somebody's got to be a spark plug, and Caesar's giving me a platform. And for all of you guys that are listening, man, I just listen. We want to come play, we want to come perform, we want to come bring hope and happiness to our folks, and we want to do something positive. And that's really what got me in a car to drive to Dallas, Texas, was I want to be a part of that movement, right? And somebody's got to start it. Well, a few people did. I happen to be one of them, but that doesn't mean that we can do it by ourselves. It's going to take us doing what we did in basic training. We went from a bunch of individuals to a team. In a lot of cases, we went to a team that could be either alive or dead with that team.
Yeah. What service did you
I was Air Force. Don't just say nothing about no Air Force.
Well,
guys.
you're in the perfect place with the chair force there.
That's it.
So just so we have
Air Force guys wouldn't have had technical difficulties for the broadcast. I don't think.
Eric is
I was wondering why he sounded
I gotta
so
throw
smart.
it. I gotta throw
I was
it.
wondering why he sounded so smart. And I'm so thankful to have another Air Force veteran on this.
Well, you
show.
know,
Thank
they
you so
call
much.
it the chair force, but in my opinion, that's the smartest one you can join. Because I don't have a back injury or a thyroid issue or nothing. But in all seriousness, gentlemen, I'm grateful, and you know, this is just the beginning. We got to pull together. Somebody's got to be a voice for the voiceless. Why not us, right? Why not us?
Exactly. That's what it is. That's where we came from. That's literally, this is how my platform started. I literally started this podcast a year and a half ago, and all it was supposed to be an informational channel for my post. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, you want to do this? Sure. And then I got picked up by MBR. And then all of a sudden, I get picked up by even a different station. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing this for real. And I chose today to bring you on because, like, it's we're hitting it off with a bang. All right.
I appreciate that.
So
man.
it's huge.
Cool. You know, and I'll say this too, Eric, and you guys that are listening. If you go to whiskeytown.io, that's a different site, but we're going to try using blockchain and some other innovations to give people a chance to go to our shows and our events. You met Richie, you met, Joe, around the country. And, we want, them to have experiences. So we want to be able to bring them to our private barbecue backstage area. We want to do photo shoots. We want to help. We want to hear their stories, right? So we're doing something called token gating. We're announcing it tonight, and it's going to be an innovative way to grow the platform. And as I said before, we want to create an ecosystem. I want as many veterans buying my products as possible that can buy them to help those that can't. For every 3 brain taps we sell, we give away 1. That's a product that's $700, but we can give it to a veteran that can use it when they're struggling with PTSD, or maybe they're having a little bit of an anchor back.
Right.
We want to give them the tools and resources at their home.
Yeah.
That's one of, Joe mentioned tunnel to towers. We want them to get that new home or pay off their house. But what's happening between those 6 inches between their ears?
Yeah.
When the mortgage pays off, we still got to deal with that situation.
Exactly,
so that's where I come in, right? And that's where our team comes in. So we want to make a comprehensive mental and physical approach to helping our veterans heal, and then giving them better opportunities for jobs, secondary incomes, investment advice, mortgage help, whatever it is. And the reason is if Jimmy Buffett can create Margaritaville and generate $1 billion, what could happen if Whiskey Town became the next Margaritaville? How many veterans could we truly help? A lot.
I mean, right now, I can't even fathom the fact of that can definitely happen.
Paul Newman did it with Newman's Own. We can do it with Whiskey Town. So you guys that are ordering and checking out whiskeytown.io tonight, I'm just going to tell you, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, there we go.
The best is yet to come, brother.
Can't. Oh man, I don't even have the words.
And you're going to get a New Kids on the Block autograph tonight.
That's right.
I hope your wife's not listening, because I'm not signing nothing.
She normally doesn't listen to me. She's like, "Oh, you're doing your podcast tonight?"
You can tell her that Mark. This is Mark Wahlberg gave her this. That's if you want. I'll sign it with an MW. For
I know he hates that one, but it was like, hey, I grew up in the '90s, so it is what it is. But hey, Lynn, I want to ask you this. I want to make sure that that I'm hearing or listening to what Tom is saying, is that he's pretty much letting us or allowing us to actually, get this barbecue thing together here in Texas.
I just said do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, consider it done, brother.
We get some sponsors together. I'll get my team on it. We'll pick a venue. We'll pick a date. We'll pick some places to sell it, and then we'll just do it.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be good. It's good to go.
Hey,
all right.
We got Taylor Baum, Rhonda Lynn here in Texas that are members of the VFW. They're in the Texas Hall of Fame, Texas Country Music Hall of Fame.
Well, let's throw a party. Let's throw a warrior party.
Hell yeah.
And I'll bring the sauce. I'll bring the sauce and the beef, because I'm launching Whiskey Town beef and barbecue soon. But yeah, man, I'm blessed to know everybody that's on this call that is listening right now or watching or whatever it is. This is a passion project for me. I haven't shared my story, but 4 years ago, when Vegas shut down for COVID, I was in a bad spot. My whole life was entertainment. My wife's life was hotels. That all stopped. And so we started looking at other things, and we lost a lot of friends to suicide and mental wellness. My songwriter producer, who was on season 6 with Morgan Wallen, Ryan Mike Maloney, took his own life just over a month ago in Las Vegas. And a talented guy, could play multiple instruments. And, he was the person that taught me how to create the music that you're hearing. He took the time, took a 52-year-old guy and said, hey, I don't have a lot of time, but if you want to come over in between gigs, or if you can squeeze in an hour here and there, I can try to help you.
Yeah.
Well, without him, the album wouldn't exist. Yeah. Without him, Whiskey Town wouldn't be born. So when that happened just over a month ago, it just solidified my commitment to mental wellness. And it's multifaceted. It's these cell phones that people are addicted to.
Yeah.
The light, the EMF frequency, everything. So we have to start educating and changing what our children are learning and doing, because if we don't, our future is not very bright. No. And it's going to take the kids.
I just bought the 3-pack.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make sure you get I'm gonna send a little extra surprise in there for you. Anybody that orders tonight, I'm gonna send them. But with that being said, this is personal for me.
Yeah. Well, I knew you hadn't shared your story, and then we were gonna get to it eventually. We just get so caught up in the conversation that we just sometimes we at least me, I forget to stay on task sometimes.
Well, we just came in here and we had some technical challenge. But I want to say this to anybody that's watching or listening right now. And there's someone out there that's sitting there going, today was one of the toughest days of my life.
Yeah.
I just lost my job. I just lost a good friend, whatever it may be. But understand this, everything you're going through will change. Everything at some point will shift, right? We have yin and yang, up and down, left and right, black and white. But what has to shift first is you have to just go through the process of accepting that we're human beings, and that someone's there to help you. Someone's there to listen to you. All the music I'm writing now is about overcoming adversity and fighting through the odds and becoming that phoenix that rises from the ashes. So if there's anyone out listening right now, there's a veteran or your family member of a veteran, or you yourself are struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help, because even though you think you might be in a place where no one will understand, no one certainly will understand if they can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely have to be,
stand on the mountaintop and ask for help, ask for God, pray about it, because that's where I was a few years ago. Yeah. When you go through a situation where everything in your life changes, you start asking for help, and sometimes you're not asking for the right help. Just understand that no matter where you are right now, there's someone who cares. I care. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this driving here in a storm.
Yes, right.
Right.
Yeah.
If it didn't mean enough for one person that's listening at a show or listening to a podcast or meeting me at a grocery store to say your song or your story changed my life, if it only did one person, every bit of it would have been worth it, right?
Yeah.
And you know what the good news is? We've had a lot more than one. This is just the beginning.
That's right, man.
This is just the beginning. Right. So thank you to all the veterans out there listening. Thank you to all the patriots listening. And all I can ask for is your love and support as we put this mission and this movement on a bus, and we take it everywhere with people like Eric and your friends on the phone here. Lynn, guys, it's up to us. Take our country back, one step at a time, one song at a time, one show at a time.
That's right. That's what this station is about.
Let's do it.
So, voice of the people, U.S.A. radio. Oh my gosh. I'm just so thankful for that. And with them, I was able to find you, and this platform just gives us the avenue to actually, it's endless, the possibilities are endless. So
you got to get Shiloh on a show with us.
You know what? Him and Rustin said they were going to come up here to do a show with us. So if you want to come out, all right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I have a verbal commitment and you guys heard it. Shiloh is obviously, I had him on the show. I met him at a U.S.A. show in October, November, around that time.
Yeah.
And he signed my book, Steel Will. Man, that incredible story that he has, and I just love the guy to death because he's.
I can't wait to put him in front of 10,000 people. Let Shiloh do Shiloh.
The stories he has. I'm not gonna give it away because it's just he has great stories. But again, we're talking about adversity, and that was the guy that he almost gave up, and his dad just tells him, are you done yet? And he's like, you know what? That sparked something else in me, and it was.
I said
just
that
after
earlier. I ain't
Yeah.
done yet.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is nobody's done, you
No.
know. The life, like, sometimes life is funny because as the older you get, the shorter all you guys listen on the call with me right now, the older you get, the shorter it takes for you to realize what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And our country's been through a lot last few years, and it's going to take inspiration and hope. It's going to take nutrition and technology. It's going to take us re-educating a lot of our children that unfortunately didn't grow up the way we did, right?
Yeah.
And they don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't get up in the, you know what I'm saying? It's a different world.
Very
So
different.
so before I'm gone, before you're gone, Caesar, what we want to do is show them what a good old-fashioned rock and roll concert looks like, with some barbecue and some great people hanging out, helping our community.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. So we're gonna change gears a little bit. I wanna introduce a segment to you.
Let's do it.
You don't know anything about this, but this is Lynn's favorite segment. And I'm telling you, I have some great friends, some great sponsors for the show. I want to give a couple of shout outs. Station identification, basically. Voice of the People Radio, U.S.A. Radio, also Patriot Radio, and also Busey Digital Media. That's actually here in a local station that we have here in Sherman. But I want to thank Split Window Studios, who they're hosting us here tonight on Podcast on Main in Denison, downtown Denison.
Beautiful.
If you guys, I don't know if you guys can see if Chris was able to actually pan out. I know it's dark outside, but I'm in front of the 34 Chop House, which is a steakhouse, like almost like a.
Isn't that where we were supposed to go to dinner tonight?
Yeah, it was, but I had a post meeting, so I couldn't take you.
That's how I got the Waterburger.
That's right. That's right. With the Waterburger, yeah, that's exactly it. But this place is going to be right now. There's renovations on the street, but in the summer, this place is going to be packed because a lot of people come out here and walk during the night.
I'm saying awesome, now, I'm coming back to Sherman. We throwing a concert.
That's right. We were going to do it, and I have more info on that for you because I have something in mind already. But so Podcast on Main. These guys have been incredible. I know we had a couple of difficulties earlier, but these guys have just been on it. I really love the fact that we're able to come to the studio, and it completely changes the background for me because I was used to being at my home studio and be like, oh, my work computer.
Like you're on stage.
Hold on, let me answer my work email real quick. Here I am answering my work email. I was like, oh,
it's
so this one's going on. So it's good.
Job.
It's awesome. So thank you, Bubba and Chris. You guys have been super welcoming. So thank you for that. And we're gonna do the rapid fire questions for you because I'm telling you, you're gonna definitely like this.
All right, let's rock and roll. Rapid fire.
There we go. If I can find it. All right. The rapid fire questions is brought to you by EGA Construction. I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to give him a huge shout out.
Yeah.
It's Lynn, by the way.
Hell yeah.
For a minute there, I was like, another one of those situations where I don't know who this is, but I'm going to thank him anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yes, thank you, Lynn.
No problem.
This is his favorite segment. I don't know why, and I think it's because I BS most of it, and I'm asking like the whole thing is rapid fire questions is whatever comes to mind in the first thing.
All right.
And Eric is pretty good at this one because he always steals my first question every.
Right.
So I'm not gonna allow him to actually ask the first question. So I'm gonna ask the first question. All right, and whatever comes to your mind at first, and here we go. This would be it. Favorite military movie?
Rambo would be my favorite. No, actually, Green Beret. Going back even further.
Okay.
Yeah, John Wayne.
Favorite military leader? Historic leader.
MacArthur.
Me too.
Yeah.
So all soldiers fade away, but old soldiers never die. They just fade away.
There you go.
Or I'll be back.
And he looks a lot like Bruce Willis or somebody.
He did
back in the day.
He did. Yeah.
But MacArthur, yeah.
God, that's a good pull. I'm just telling you. Eric, I know you're itching to ask a question, so go ahead, Eric.
Oh, see, you already took my first question.
All right, then you're out. Sorry, you're out. Lynn, I know you're next. Go ahead.
What got you into this business?
The music business?
Yes, sir.
I made a decision about 5 years ago that I had, raised the family, chased one of the dreams and going to Vegas and performing. But I always had this passion for writing great stories and poems. And I just wondered if I could put it to music. So one day I just sat down and said, today's the day. I did a video. I've been videotaping this journey. And that's how it all happened for me. Was I just decided to chase a bucket list item that had been put on the shelf for way too many years.
Yeah.
And just, through fortune and people that just wanted to see me succeed, they just kept helping me, Ryan and other people. So what got me into the business was just, could I do it? Could I write a song? Then could I write a decent song? Whiskey Town was the first one. And then it was, could I write a hit? Could I write something that people really like? And then could I write a song that makes somebody feel something? And that's how it started for me, was just, it's therapy. Like you said, I mean, I can sit down with my keyboard and my guitar and a microphone and just get lost for 2 or 3 hours. And my wife, she says that's a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes I like to find you, sometimes I like to keep you missing, But the music is part of me. There's a lot of stories that you've heard in the new music, and so that's how it started for me. Len, was just at 52, could I chase a bucket list item and not give up until I reached the goal of getting one song on the top 10?
There you go.
That's it.
Eric, I was just messing with you. I know you have a question.
Fire away, Eric.
I think we lost them. I think they got frozen.
We're
You
back.
can see Scott. You can see Scott looking at his computer like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
I'm an old signal officer. We do that all the time.
What's going on in Washington right now? Go ahead, Eric. Ask your question.
Yeah, no. I think I really don't have a question. I mean, I can always think of something, but you guys are asking all the questions. Last week I did all the questions, Caesar. I did all of them last week.
Oh my God, are you really crying right now?
Yeah, I am. Actually, I am.
Crying.
Yeah.
There's no crying at the Battle Rhythm podcast.
Yeah, can you see me?
No,
right. You said you started this when you were 52, so you didn't play music while you were serving?
No, I mean, I at the time I sang a lot of karaoke trying to meet girls in the military.
Hey, there you go.
And I learned that if you sing in the stairwell, you sound way better than you sound in the
in the shower.
But yeah, so I had always, I was a drummer. I took band as a kid, and but I always had this fascination with writing. And when I started, I called my best friend Jimmy, who's since passed away from COVID a year into this project, which is another reason that I never quit. Right.
Yeah.
It just became, my wife bought me a guitar 5 days after we met, and it sat in a case almost every day for 20 years. And I was like, when are you going to finally do the things you wanted to do in life and stop letting everything else be in the way? And Jimmy challenged me, and Whiskey Town was the first song, and that's how it started. But yeah, and again, that's what this is about, is I want to show anybody listening or watching right now, it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's writing music. If you think you can, right? Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Yeah. And we're all Americans, not Americans.
That's right. Right. I always say the same thing.
So that's to answer your question, man. It was really just, I only played drums. I taught myself guitar, keyboards, and how to produce over the last 4 years. And now we've got over 60 songs in the catalog, and very proud of this next record. I'm excited to share it with everybody.
Well, hopefully we can actually debut it and premiere it.
We may do a little taste next show. Okay. When I'm on, we'll do a little teaser for a couple of songs.
Yeah. So, Scott, I know you have a couple questions. I know you're burning to ask a question.
Fire away, Scotty.
What got you to Mobile, Alabama?
My mom, she was from that area. Her parents were from that area. So when my dad retired after the military, he was in for 24 years. We settled in Mobile. I ended up going to high school there and college there, and then off to the races. But what got me to Mobile was my dad promised my mom when he got out of the traveling and the military lifestyle that he would take her home, and that's what they did.
Was he also Air Force?
Yeah, he was Air Force. Yeah.
Man, I'm just surrounded.
My brother was Army.
There you go. See, there's a smart one right there.
My brother was Army.
So Lynn is actually a Marine. Scott and I are both Army. And then Eric is Air Force, but
we hadn't got any Space Force guys.
Right? No, those are they're I don't think they're eligible yet for the VFW. I'm an anomaly, so
Place your nets, maybe.
Actually, we do have members in the Space Force.
that's because they transfer from the Air Force to the.
I'm just saying.
You're right. I'm
just
the
saying.
anomaly. I'm actually my active duty service was in the Navy.
Really?
And then I got out, went to school, whatever, and then went back into the Army because I was like, I missed something. I'm missing something. So that's I ended up going back, and I'm like, okay, I missed that. And then my qualifying service was Afghanistan. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so I was able to go there. It was fun.
I think it'd be cool to have a segment on your show where veterans call in and tell us their stories, and we turn them into songs. That'd be cool. And then, like, a few episodes later, like, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we definitely.
Like, write in and say, hey, I want to write a song. Okay, so maybe we pick a story and we write a song and we premiere it on your show.
We definitely can. We could do a yearly what do you call it, contest?
We could do that. That'd
and they'd be
awesome.
like, hey, you're gonna get one record, or not record deal, one song deal.
Could be, or it could be they get to come open on the show on the tour.
Yeah. Shoot, you can do that. Yeah. Hey, we're talking later after this. This is
I just want steak and sauce. Yeah. I mean, good Lord.
Hey, it's coming, baby. It's coming. The faster
y'all write the songs.
The faster we grow, the faster we can go.
That's right.
Y'all write the songs. We'll do the barbecue.
That's right. That's right. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we did something in Mobile where we had a local barbecue pit come out and do the meat.
Yeah.
And then they served our sauce. And we had a lot of fun with it. We brought out bounce houses for the kids. We brought out cotton candy and clowns. And again, baseball, hot dog, apple pies. And, it doesn't exist anymore.
Can't get any more American.
You see a kid now, his thumbs are twice the size of the rest of his arms because he's got Popeye thumbs, right? From playing video games. But everybody that's on the call, everybody's on the cast with us right now. There's going to be a lot of fun at the Whiskey Town Warrior events and the Fana events, because if we don't get back to old school America, we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
we want to create that environment for people, whether it be in a venue or at a festival or at a park or at fairgrounds. We want to go everywhere, see everybody, and make an impact. And it starts with just this kind of stuff right here.
Exactly. And then it's important. Again, we were just talking about, the servitude and just, being able to just serve and give back. I think for me, giving back is the biggest reward for me, because, I don't need the accolades of, hey, you received an award for, being here on time every, 5 minutes or whatever.
I'd rather them take the $200 for the award and give it to a veteran to eat. Sleeping on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would use $10 for gas, and then I would give the rest to so I could get to the next point. You know what I'm saying?
whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, that'd be
but
good.
it's not just our veterans though. It's a lot of people struggling right now. And again, I try to write music that inspires hope, and I try to be a voice for the voiceless. And thank you for the platform today and the opportunity to come in and meet everybody that I've met so far, because it started with one guy and one idea, and it's
expanded. And now the Battle Rhythm Podcast is part of your network.
It's part of our network, right? Because we can help each other. Like, you guys are going to be part of the telethon May 3rd.
Yes.
And we're going to have a lot of celebrities in that particular show. And we want to do things. We want to bring the veterans out of the closet so they can be proud of what they're part of. And they're not proud of the VA right now.
Do we know where this telethon is going to be at yet?
It's going to be in California. It's going to be in multiple locations, broadcasting, simulcasting. But you know what? We could do like, if you got some veteran artists in this area, we could do a little cut in,
I do. And unfortunately, I mentioned to you that May 3rd is it's the golf tournament that I'm putting together, which, and I've been planning this for years.
We can pre-record it.
we
the
could.
Magic of television.
That's right. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah.
So, but no, man, this has been great. I'm glad I came in and met everybody. Thank you guys for all your time tonight, Len and Eric and all you guys. Thank you.
Guys, thank you guys for the work that you're doing in DC. I know Lynn missed most of it earlier today when we were talking about it. But I know, let me just recap with you real quick, Lynn. Who did you go see today or over the weekend?
Oh, man, my favorite one we just finished up with tonight was Ted Cruz. He's the only actual senator we saw. Everybody else, we were just talking to their people. But Senator Cruz came running in right at the last minute, took the time to come see us, And you want to talk about outstanding? That guy's got his shit wired tight. I like him.
Yeah.
So, what was the conversation that you held with him?
I'm kind of curious about.
Oh, we covered all of our talking points. Everything from VA healthcare, you name it, we covered it with him, and he took the time to listen. And he had a guy back behind him taking notes. Any of the bills that we talked about, anything that we were covering, he was taking notes on it, and they were going to get on top of it. So I have complete faith in Senator Cruz. The rest of them, I'm not too sure about. You know, we were just talking to their people, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I know you guys were up there. Did you guys see what the president said today at Congress?
No.
No.
You're going till 9 tonight, right? Eight your time.
I don't know. I remember what time
it started at 8:30 our time.
At 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everybody's been on the Trump. Wait. They had to be on Caesar's show.
I mean, this show is.
Right.
I'm not gonna say
This
that.
is one for the books today.
It is one for the books.
We have priorities.
We had priorities.
Oh no, man! It's gonna be. I hope I get to meet all you guys in the near future in person. It'd be cool.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that show. We're going to get it together. I got 4 corporate sponsors we can put together for it right now.
Well, Caesar knows. I've put him on the phone with my team. When I tell him something's going to happen, it happens.
I want to tell you, we used to have some real veterans parties down in Mobile. We had, I commanded the battalion down there for 39 months out of Mobile, National Guard Battalion. And we came back from Iraq in early 2005, and Max Marine would throw a beach party over on Ono Island.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My wife sells real estate on Ono Island over there in Orange Beach. That's where we live.
So Scott actually, his company builds docks for boats.
Oh, wow.
And these are not your average docks. These are not like.
I was just down in West Palm and Martin. I saw some boats down there that look like ships. I mean,
So I'm going to hook you with Scott, because Scott has, like I said, if you have a lake house and you have a dock, oh man, this dude can definitely build like top-notch stuff. And it's my wife's like, "Ooh, I want to go visit." I was like, "Wow, we have an open invitation, so we're gonna go out there, one of these days. So it'll be good." So,
come on down.
Yeah, see,
love to have you.
But gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us. Tom and I are very grateful for you guys that you showed up, and I know you guys it's late for you, 10:40, and I know some of you guys are already yawning and feeling like you have to go take your.
Hey, so Cheeser here is going on a White House tour tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
and I'm staying here and taking one for the team, and we're going to have a 4-hour marketing meeting in the morning to try and get the VFW in the 21st century on marketing.
When they asked to go to the White House, I said,
events. Tell them we do live events. VFW we need to breathe some life into the veteran community by doing bigger events, not just the little small stuff. We need to bring in local and regional and national strategic partnerships to build events where we can get hundreds of veterans, thousands of veterans together to synergize instead of having these individual pockets of activity all over the country, and strengthen numbers.
Yep.
Strengthen numbers. We need to be bringing multiple VFWs together and all of us together, and then using that as a catalyst to get the community to follow. And that's what's going to create this movement, I believe.
So Scott, remember tomorrow when you're at this marketing meeting, remember to mention the Battle Rhythm podcast has very good contacts in order for us to make this happen, because I want to make sure that and again, I feel like my podcast has been a trailblazer where I was actually I brought 3 of the candidates, or actually all 3 of the candidates for the junior vice commander in the national stage not long ago. And we had an open forum. It wasn't a debate. It was an open forum because, I wanted to see their vision and see what they were going to take the VFW here in the next few years. So I had them on, and not even the actual VFW podcast, the official one. Wow. They didn't do that, and my podcast was the first one to do that. And actually Scott and Lynn are both running against each other right now. The crazy part about it,
we're running for the same position. We're not. Me and Scott are good friends. We're just running for the same position.
Well, that's okay. When I was a kid, my mom, I had a little brother, and we learned the hard way. We can compete, but don't go too far.
So,
But I wish y'all the best, man. And again, thank you all for your service, because at the end of the day, what we do between the hours, right? The hours of when everybody else is sleeping, we're figuring out how to solve problems, and that's what this is going to take.
that's right. So, gentlemen, so I will round up with you guys tomorrow. And thank you so much for joining us again. I think for the third or fourth week in a row, you guys have been my special guest, because there's so much stuff going on right now in the VFW world that we definitely got to bring it up to stage. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Didn't you have something to say?
No, sir, we're good to go. I'm
All
glad
right.
this first concert's going to be in Sherman, Texas.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we're going to start a bidding war. First concert's going to be Sherman or somewhere else.
Alabama.
I have dibs.
Southern Conference.
Hey, ain't nothing like
Oh, there you go.
Ain't nothing
Hey,
like a Southern girl serving barbecue at a rock and roll concert, baby.
But Southern Conference is in Conroe, Texas, at Margaritaville this year. So
All right, you
place
got
to
me,
have
so
it.
I'm sold.
There it is. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's good seeing you guys. I'll
Thank
see
you
you guys. I'll call you guys, each one of you guys. I'll call you tomorrow and tell you thanks so much. And are you guys driving back tomorrow? Are you guys flying back tomorrow?
Fly out Thursday morning about 3 a.m.
All right. Well, hey, you guys be safe. I will talk to you guys very, very soon.
God bless
All
America.
right, brother.
Take care, guys. All right. Those guys, the whole premise, not premise, but I guess anytime you get any type of veteran, there's always going to be that, I don't know, adult beverages involved.
That's the thing, is that's what makes us cool, is we're hanging out. We're just like hanging out like a bunch of guys at the NCO club, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, it's where'd you go? The NCO club, right?
Yeah.
At least if you were on base, you could get back to the barracks. If you were off base, you were on your own.
Yeah. I remember the first time the only time I went to Hong Kong, my buddy and I got so hammered. I was 22. My buddy and I got so hammered that I didn't fall asleep, but he fell asleep on the ferry, because we were on a carrier, but it was a nuclear carrier, so you actually had to park about 3 miles out from the shore. So we take the ferries back and forth. He fell asleep on the ferry, and he went back and forth 6 times. Then they finally woke him up, and they finally put him back on the ship. And I was like, I'm not waking you up. I'm not carrying you. Yeah, forget it. I'm just gonna go, and that's it. It was just,
leave no man behind unless he's drunk. Late.
Yeah. He's on the ferry. He's fine, and
He'll be all right.
Exactly. So, but man, I'm thankful that you came. That you have any big issues really to come out, because I was actually scared of the fact that I didn't think you were.
Show must go on, man.
That's right. So
we're gonna tomorrow. I'm heading down to Houston. I'm gonna try to meet up with George Foreman. We're gonna try to get the barbecue thing put together with him. George's gonna say he likes my sauce.
Yeah. There you go, man.
That's cool, huh?
Heck yeah. Dude, my wife and I went to a store the other day, and she's like, "You remember these?" And I looked at it. It was a George Foreman grill. I was like, "Man, you don't see those very often anymore, unless you have it
made a lot of money on those.
Heck yeah.
But he's got a ministry down there in Houston, and I told George and his team that I'm working with that if we do this, every bottle we sell, I'll give a part of every bottle we sell because of George to his ministry. And that's the nice thing, is when you're not trying to become a Walmart. Walmart is a great company, except they beat the hell out of their vendors.
Yeah.
And so we want to create good products. We want to control things in a way that if I want to do something with a person like a George Foreman, which I'm honored to even have an opportunity to talk to, for one. But, as I travel around the country, I think a lot of people realize that for me, this is personal. It's a promise kept, promise made, promise kept to Jimmy, promise made, promise kept to Ryan, who just, as I shared with you, took himself out a month ago. But it's, when you go through these kind of commitments, your family suffers and sacrifices. Financially, it's not easy, trying to make an album happen or tour around the country and do shows for groups of people.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, every single ounce of it is worth it. You know, coming to this little town here, meeting you, meeting your friends, man, it's what life's about, man.
Yeah, and you didn't even really get to meet
I have a feeling
circle.
I'm going to be back.
You are, and hopefully, I probably for that show I'll probably change the date to do it, simply because I want to have more time to actually spend with you to talk, because there's so many ideas we have floating around right now.
Yeah.
That
Well, the best is yet to come, and this is just the beginning. So.
Yeah. So we have, we only have about 10 more minutes left in the show. But I'm just enjoying this whole conversation. It's just good to have that type of conversation. And
you want to play a song or something?
We could play a song.
Why don't we play Outlaw for everybody?
We can pull it off of YouTube.
Do it. Let's do it.
That?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes left. What? And I'm going to tell everybody what this song is about. So, as we were going through the last few years here, a lot of veterans, a lot of patriots, people lean on one side of the fence or the other. Are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? No, I'm an American. I'm a patriot. I served my country. My family served our country. And so it felt like that if you wanted to stand up and say that's not right, whether it be the COVID shot or something else, that you were being turned into an outlaw, whether it be President Trump or anyone else. And so I was like, okay, well, if they're going to call us an outlaw, let's embrace that term and let's just be outlaws in the USA. Let's fight for our freedom. Let's stand by our Constitution. And if they want to deem us outlaws, then so be it. So that's what the song's about, and never forgetting about those who served to allow us, right?
Yep.
Like I said earlier, to allow us to be doing a show like this, or making a barbecue sauce as a fun way to make extra cash for the venture, whatever. But Outlaw in the USA is the song that's taken me from writing songs in a room and just enjoying the process to performing all over the country and being on shows and national networks and just telling the story. And so it's one of those songs that didn't come to me, it came through me, Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and play Outlaw.
Yeah, good.
By you.
By me.
And then
don't worry if you have PTSD, guys. This is not a real helicopter. It's just the beginning of the song. I had a guy go, "You can't start a song like that." And I'm like, well, I'm going to.
So here we go. We're playing it. And there's no sound. Because
what?
Yeah.
I can sing it.
Yeah.
I'm an outlaw in the U.S.A. That could be fun.
It's playing, but it's not playing the sound.
Okay, so now everybody out there is going,
yeah, like
what a great song, Tom.
It's a great song.
Great song, Tommy.
Great song.
All right, so go to ilovewhiskeytown.com if you're listening or watching. Scroll down. The song and the video are right on the homepage. It's absolutely free to listen to the song.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up and figure it out. But yeah, it's for whatever reason it's not playing through, and it should be playing through, which is
we've got a whole list of technical opportunities.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, we're just probably end up playing it on what do you call it through the Bluetooth, because I have it through there. And we can definitely hear at least the track.
I don't know. He just looked at us like maybe they could hear us.
I couldn't hear it through the audio, so
it's all right.
Yeah.
You said you were in the Marine Corps, right?
No, that was Lynn.
Lynn was in the you were in the Army.
I was the Army. Yeah.
Okay, that's almost as bad.
Well, I was Navy first.
Whoa, wait, stop. You get ahead of yourself.
Well, I'm telling you,
I have taken so much flack over the years for being in the chair force. I can tell you.
Well, it happens, like
it's a fun camaraderie, right?
It is.
You know what I came up with one time? I said we should have a UFC competition amongst military. Like Army versus Navy, Marine versus, you know what I'm saying?
Tim Kennedy would win it.
But it doesn't matter. It would be cool to see a bunch of guys like, I'm Air Force, you're not, we're going. And then just all the way down to where there's one man standing.
Yeah. There would be, yeah.
It would just be cool to watch.
I think Tim Kennedy would actually win it because he was actually a UFC fighter. So it's like, he was I think he was if I remember correctly, I think he was
it just would be interesting to watch. It'd be entertaining.
It would be. I would lose in like the first 10 seconds. I don't think.
I wouldn't even get in the ring. So
Yeah, well, that too. I don't think I want to do that.
I had a triple in a softball game a few years ago, and I turned a triple into a double. You know what I mean by that? I was running so fast around second base when I fell, I stayed there. You know? It's like, how you doing? But anyway, no, you know what? Next time we do the show, we'll have some sequentials, I'll have some new music. But thank you for being, a great host today, man.
No, I appreciate your time, and I know you drove, from Shreveport, and when we planned it out, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be this week, and it's great. It just timing worked out, and being that it's our first show here, we're definitely having a little bit of difficulties, is because
hey, I'm part of history now.
You are, and I'm just thankful that you're so understanding at the fact that I'm technically challenged sometimes.
When you're on stage or when you're in a studio, you just you can't. That's the thing, man. It's like I was saying earlier about people that are struggling. Don't let the small. What are you wearing on your bracelet there? So that's one of my songs. Yeah. Don't let the hard days win.
Yeah. So this is actually part of something that he brought earlier today with the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you know what? I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's good. And I put it on, and I actually didn't even think about it until you mentioned it. I was like, oh,
it's a reminder, because you don't have to win tomorrow. It's not here yet. Yesterday's history, right? So don't let the hard days win.
Yeah. It's great. And again, I'm just so thankful that for the opportunity that you came out here, that you wanted to come out here and meet with us and being part of history for the Battle Rhythm podcast, because we are, now we're launching into a new, for the lack of a better term, stratosphere.
Yeah.
With our new partnership with Voice of the People Radio, and big things coming for Voice of the People and for I Love Whiskey Town. It's going to be great, and the fact that we're going to be partnering, and these great ideas are going to be.
We got two shows tonight just on Talking on the Air. Right?
We did,
and that's the thing is what if we did 100 shows and we helped 100 cities, right? That's the thing is, how do we do that? Well, we bring barbecue, we bring in entertainment, we bring in something amazing, and it's going to take all of us to make it happen. So
Lynn did tell me, he sent me a private message saying that. We got to get with them so we can definitely load up this Texas
let's do it
barbecue, and then also with the veteran singers.
Have guitar, we'll travel.
So we'll definitely get all that stuff going. But Tom, I can't thank you enough for making the trip out here. I hope that it's not the first or last time that you ever come back, because I think we definitely can make some good TV shows here.
For those listening, the best is yet to, I keep saying it, the best is yet to come.
And
there's a lot of great things happening, and there's a lot of challenges in our country right now. But if for 2 hours I can take somebody and just make them not think about their problems or their bills or their whatever, then we succeeded. And if you're out there right now and you're struggling, just know this: Whiskey Town and the Whiskey Town Warriors is about helping people overcome challenges. Don't give up on yourself. Reach out, ask for help. If you got a song, if you're a veteran, reach out to Caesar and submit it, and we'll see if we can get you some exposure for your music, because that's what this is about.
Yep. If you do have a song come out, please dice my email there, Caesar@VOPUSARadio.com. They can go ahead and submit it, and we'll go ahead and get involved with Tom, and then
never know.
You never know, because we had some great guests today. I want to thank my guest Joe that he came out. I'm still Star Trek with a lot of these people.
Joe and Richie.
Yeah.
Great guys.
So
Richie, Ballroom Blitz. I don't know how many times I've sung that song in the shower.
Yeah. I still remember every time I think of that song. I still remember Tia Carrere playing it on Wayne's World. You know what I mean? It was like, it was great. Like, let's play this song, and then I remember the character Mr. something.
I might be able to get the suite to come down to Sherman, Texas.
Man, I'm telling you, if we would do that, we definitely would do a show upstairs with Spit Window Studios, because they have a full TV studio here where we definitely would do the stream. And I know,
we'll do some acoustic stuff on the air or something.
Oh man, that would be great. It'd be a show made in Denison, Sherman Denison. So I know it's not a term. It's not gonna catch on. Did you know what Denison's actually famous for? So Denison's actually the birthplace of Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Really?
Yes, sir. Actually, right down the street is where he was actually born.
Really?
Not far from here, and there is a big statue monument off of Highway 75.
Wow.
That's there.
Eisenhower, huh?
Yeah, Dwight D. Eisenhower.
How about that?
So yeah, and then also Doc Holliday actually came around.
Doc
here.
Holliday.
He was around here in these parts.
I'll be your
Huckleberry. Yeah,
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I always thought they said Huckleberry, but they didn't. They said Hucklebearer.
And
because they were the ones that carried
the casket.
Yeah, the Hucklebearer.
Yeah.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Best line ever from Val Kilmer, right?
That or I'll be your wingman. Anytime.
That's right. Exactly.
I mean,
classic lines, classic movies. But man,
was.
it's been great being on the show. I can't wait to follow up with you. And like I said, man, everybody that's out there, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting Caesar and the veterans, and what you guys are doing here at Voice of the People, and the various broadcasting partners that you have. That's what it's going to take, is us just getting out here and talking about the reality of our situation, and then working together to solve it. So, it's awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. This will not be the first or the last time you're here. So,
hey, and you got a bottle of sauce.
I did.
Wahlberg.
Hey, yeah. It's actually from Jordan. I'll let her know.
Whatever, man. Whatever it takes to get the job done.
Exactly. All right, gentlemen, people that are listening to us, thank you so much for tuning into the Battle Rhythm podcast. Now we are going to be coming out to you from the Voice of the People radio and TV network, also through Patriot Radio, and also through Busey Digital Media. That's here locally in Sherman and Denison. So thank you guys so much for being part of our first show here on Voice of the People. And Tom, thank you so much.
God bless America.
Yes, sir. Take care, my friend. And we will see you next week. We'll be here next week on Tuesday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Again, here coming from Split Window Studios at Podcast on Main. We'll be here. So thank you. Take care. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for watching. As we wrap up today's show, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Your support and engagement means the world to us, and we hope you found today's content insightful and entertaining. This episode, along with all previous shows, is available on all major media platforms. Whether you prefer to listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or watch YouTube, we got you covered. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and leave a review to help us reach more listeners just like you. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Connect with us on social media, where you can join us in our conversation and stay updated on the latest news and episodes. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you once again for being part of the Voice of the People, U.S.A. Radio, and TV network. We look forward to bringing you more exciting content in our upcoming episodes. Until next time, take care.